Welcome, heroes, villains, and morally questionable weirdos to Canon Clash. I'm your host, Sir Superhero. I also forgot to write a clever intro for this episode, so we're just going to skip past that part and get into the important parts of the episode. We have 3 new guests this week, as always, though one of them, again, like last week, is someone you might recognize from the channel, but we will get to her in just a second. As usual, we will introduce everybody from the top down, starting with Haley.
Hi, my name is Haley. I would rate my comic book knowledge on a scale from 1 to 10 at like a 4. So not quite halfway there.
Solid.
I'm a little more DC based, but I am a cosplayer here on TikTok, or not here on TikTok, on TikTok. My at is Haley Addison.
Streaming platform TikTok that we are on that I love so much.
Yeah.
Haley is a friend of mine. We went to ECCC at the same time. It was a good time. We did see Cocaine Bear at that time, as we were talking about before we started.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to actually grill them on comics knowledge, because it's fun to mess with my friends on this show. It's great. I just get to lie to my friends, and it's totally ethically fine. If you haven't seen the show yet and are not sure what I mean by lying to my friends, don't worry. I'll explain the rules in a minute. But before I explain the rules, let's move on to my next guest, another friend of mine who I've known for a while, Momo.
Hi, I'm Momo. You probably know me from DnDorks, or if you also know me from TikTok, at Momo Iscariot. I have not made content in a very long time. But I would rate my comic book knowledge at like a 4.2.
Oh, just trying to edge out Haley there.
Yeah, also making a
Okay.
42, 4.2 reference, but yeah.
Okay. A bold statement
Yeah.
there. So you have a 2% chance of beating Haley, is I guess how that mathematically works out. 2% higher odds of winning, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
And as I said beforehand, and as people who watched the last episode do know, Mike, another DnDorks cast member, did win last week.
No pressure. No pressure at all.
So it'll be interesting, because if Momo wins, maybe that means there's a precedent of people who know my writing style being able to figure out my lies a little bit more. But hey, who knows? And now we will go on to our third guest, someone I have followed for a while, but actually just talked to for the first time like 15 minutes ago. Ragnarok Johnson.
Hello,
Dan.
I'm Ragnarok Johnson, formerly Smee's Ghost, presently also Dan, which is my real name. I was not born Ragnarok. Yeah, I'm on TikTok. I make content about mythology and stuff mainly, occasionally dipping into Marvel because there's some crossover there, but happy to be here.
All right, well, I'm happy to have you all. Let's get into the rules of the show. The core concept is very simple. I am going to present you with a character from comics history, because comics has had a very weird history over the decades. I'm going to give you their name, which will appear on the screen, and then I'm going to give you a little blurb about them. I have done little write-ups of all of these characters. All of them are weird. Most of them are stupid. And your task is to tell me whether this is a real character that actually has been published by Marvel or DC. We stick to those, because if I go into indie comics, my time researching characters would be like quadrupled. You have to tell me if it is a character actually published by one of those companies, or just some bullshit that I made up. To assist you in this task, there is a hint system in a way. Something that can get you a little bit of extra information about these characters. There are 3 hints that you can choose. The first one, I will describe the character's appearance, whatever costume they're wearing, something like that. If they're not wearing a costume, I will note that. If you think that will help you, I will do that. The second one is a little bit of background on the character's publication. Mostly, I will tell you the name of the series where the character debuted, and if it's a weird name, I'll tell you like the protagonist of that series, which superhero they debuted with, and the year that the character debuted, if you have some familiarity with, you know, the eras of comics and what was important in each decade. That might help you out a little bit. And the third hint is I will give you a random fun fact about the character. Now, these are not entirely random. I have written them up myself. Again, they're basically just like a little extra line onto the main description there. And again, all of these could be lies, but some of them, if you think you can get a little bit more context from those will be helpful. The way you're going to pick these hints is you get one of them per round, and you collectively are going to vote on which extra piece of information that you want. As a little bit of a catch-up mechanic, the person who has the lowest score is going to vote first, and then we will go up from there. If you think you know the answer, maybe try to vote for something that is a little less helpful so that you don't give information to your competitors. And if all three of you vote for a different one of the three hints, you don't get any of them.
Okay.
So is everyone clear on the way that the hint rules are going to work? Also, if I do the voting in the wrong order, please let me know, because I had to switch that after the first episode and have not gotten used to it yet. So person with the lowest score votes first. Yell at me if I break that rule. Let me see if I have gone over everything on my rules list here. I've been changing it every episode, just the things I need to say, but I think I covered everything. So, on that note, are we ready to get into the questions?
Yes.
We are.
All right, cool. So, I did mention very briefly before we got into the actual cameras that I picked one of these, picked or made up, it's up to you to decide, very specifically based on somebody who was in this episode. And that is because our first character in Canon Clash Episode 4 is Ragnarok. Ragnarok, with this specific spelling, is the Thor of Spider-Punk's universe. Cast out of Asgard at a younger age than most Thors, he took on the name Donnie Blake and joined a metal band, living like a normal human until he discovered two magical drumsticks that he can fuse together to form Mjolnir.
That sounds so true.
Very simple.
That sounds so true.
Very simple explanation for this one. Most of them will be longer, but Ragnarok is pretty straightforward. So, you guys are free to debate as long as you want. If you want to discuss this amongst yourselves, you can do that. If we go too long in the episode, I'll start speeding that up. But for now, talk amongst yourselves. Everyone's got an even score, so you can, no hint priority. Figure out what you want. When you know which hint you want, let me know.
Wow, it just sounds so true.
What? I mean,
That sounds legit. I don't know.
and if it's false, let me just say, well done, because that should be a character.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm biased, but yeah.
I'll say maybe thank you then. I don't want to give anything away yet.
Like, I'm really confused because if Matt made it up, I know he'd be so fucking proud of himself for making up something so believable. But it also sounds like it already exists.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Look, and especially because Ragnarok, that's just too good. And
It is so
again,
good.
Right.
it's not true. Well done. So
I'm not saying a
Tentatively.
word. I'm not... Again, maybe thank you. That's all I'm going to respond to
Tentative.
this.
My
I'm gonna say yes, but that's just where I'm leaning.
Well, you get a hint first if you guys want to go. I mean, if you're all feeling confident, I guess we could skip that. But if you want to hear more,
How are you guys feeling?
I feel like I'm gonna take the L and say no, it's not real.
all right, you guys are confident. If you don't need any extra information, I'll have you guys vote all at the same time. So if everyone's ready,
And how many rounds are there again?
there are 20.
Okay, so we get one.
Oh, this was the thing I forgot. I knew I forgot to mention something. I do randomize the order of the questions,
Okay.
so no psychological tricks there. It's not like, a bunch of things in one order is suspicious or anything. They are randomized.
I'm gonna go.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Ready to vote?
Sure. All right. 3, 2, 1. Cast your votes. All right.
Backwards.
Haley and Momo both say fake. Ragnarok has faith in Ragnarok and thus says real. I had to do it. I had to do it for the bit. I made this
I
one
knew
up.
it! I fucking knew
I made
it!
this one
I
up.
fucking knew it!
I trusted you.
I thought it was such a good idea. I was like, people are going to be mad that it's not real if I
Yeah.
run with it, so I have to do it. And amazingly, the only thing with the name, like Ragnarok, that I could find, because I researched it to make sure it wasn't a popular thing, it's like one not super popular video game. That's
Wow.
it. This name has not been used by like anything, which is wild. Yeah, and
Missed
it works too.
opportunity
'Cause
for
I-
Marvel. I'm gonna go ahead and trust my faith anyway, because that's really
hey, as I have said a couple times over the course of the show, if anyone from Marvel is watching, hit me up. I'll write for you. I'll do it. I don't care. Let me get your scores up here. Dan, you do now have hint priority on the next one, if you would like. And that next one is, if everybody's ready to move on, Armless Tiger Man. Armless Tiger Man was once an armed normal man, I guess, until his arms got caught in a machine at the lab where he worked. This accident ripped the arms off, and also instilled in him a deep hatred of all machinery. Working with his new handicap, he learned how to live and fight with just his feet and mouth, then embarked on a quest to destroy all machines. He was then recruited by the Nazis, who sent him to America to undermine their World War II defense efforts.
Whoa, dude.
What are you guys thinking for Armless Tiger Man? And again, Dan, you do not have hint priority.
Armless Tiger Man. Look, I want to believe in him. But I just don't know. Hint priority. Remind me what the hints are again?
Yes, I will either describe the character visually, what they look like, what costume they have, if any. I will tell you the name of the comic they debuted in and the year that they debuted. And again, if it's not real, I'll sometimes try to put like some sort of hint or indicator in there. And the third one is I will give you a random fun fact, which is basically just like an extra line of the main description, as sort of if neither of the others sound helpful.
Okay.
So you get to cast your first vote for one of those.
Okay. I don't know how you guys are feeling, but since I'm losing, since he fights Nazis, I'm gonna opt for the second hint of finding out when he was released, because I feel like that may shine a bit of light on it. But hey, that's just me.
Man,
You two are tied, so you guys can work together to confirm that or override it if you would like.
I was personally thinking random fun fact, because I know of the hero Arm Fall Off Boy, which is like largely regarded as one of the worst superheroes ever. And I don't see how Arm Fall Off Boy could possibly be worse than Armless Tiger Man. Which leads me to believe that Armless Tiger Man must be fake. But
then in that case, it comes down to you, Haley. You can either screw everybody over and say no hint, or pick between one of those.
So what happens if everyone wants a different hint?
You don't get any.
Okay.
oh,
Shoot. Okay. Because, I don't want to do that to everyone, so I'm going to go with Momo's hint that she wants, the random fact.
All right. So an extra piece of information. Let me read that off here. The tiger part of his name presumably comes from the fact that to enhance his mouth-based fighting style, he actively had his teeth sharpened.
okay.
Beautiful. Fantastic.
If that adds any bit of insight as to whether you think this nut job is a real thing.
God, it adds so much to my dreams.
You guys ready to vote?
Sure.
I think
All
so.
right. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Momo says real. Dan says real. Haley says fake. And Armless Tiger Man is an absolutely real thing.
Wow.
He looks awful. And
man.
to go ahead and answer Dan's question, if you guys want to hear the other hints for the real ones, especially after the fact, he debuted in 1941, actively in the middle of World War II.
That
Okay.
is
So-
worse.
And then
That's worse.
Mhm.
what's the answer for the first hint?
The fun fact thing?
Oh,
The fun
no,
fact,
This like series.
Oh, I didn't actually say this. The series is literally just called Marvel Mystery Comics
Okay.
because it's from that old era before Marvel had like the branding setup that they do, you know.
That makes sense.
But yeah, Armless Tiger Man, absolutely real. I don't like that that's a true thing, but it is a true thing.
See,
let
I
me
thought I
boost
would
the
go
scores
the
up
DC
here.
route.
I love-
That's why I thought that wasn't.
Okay.
I love how
Yeah, I didn't clarify.
Marvel has fighting the Nazis, Captain America, and Armless Tiger Man.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Remember, yeah, Armless Tiger Man worked for the Nazis.
Oh, my.
Yeah, no, it was. Remember?
Oh.
No. He was not. He
Yeah.
was not on the right side of that
no.
one.
Jeez.
Though it is worth noting, not necessarily because he was a fan of Nazi ideology. He just hated machines in general. And the Nazis were like, "You can go break American machines," and he said, "Sure."
Sure, yeah.
That's
Why
not better.
Yeah.
Not better.
Did I say it was better?
No.
I might have. I don't remember the things that I say a lot of the time. Anyway, let's move on to the next question, which is Rat Bomber. rat-based superhumans are a bit more common now, probably thanks to Ratcatcher in the Suicide Squad movie, but Rat Bomber adds another major twist to the concept. He's also a vampire. Rat Bomber is a vampire who commands a legion of rats that he just straight up straps grenades to and then sends at his opponents. He has a variety of grenade types, including vampire blood grenades that turn people into vampires, and sunburst grenades that kill vampires who don't listen to his master. Who is that master, you may ask? Dracula, of course.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Hint priority has now shifted to a tie between Dan and Haley, so you two can, if you agree, then the hint is set by you two.
Okay.
Debate amongst yourselves on Rat Bomber.
I'm gonna take a back seat on this one because I have my own little opinion on Rat Bomber. Personally, I'm a big fan,
Okay.
but I'm not gonna tell you which way I'm leaning.
Okay. Grenade, rat, vampire, rat, bomber.
Yeah, I think I'd like to know like what series this guy is from.
What series? All right.
Sting.
1 vote for series.
I mean, I'll also vote for series. Why not?
Okay, cool. Then that locks it down. The series and year is The Avengers in 2019. Not an old character, Rat Bomber. 2019.
Okay.
If that changes any thoughts on the subject.
This
You guys want
this kind of sounds bad, but I think it is a little too fun to be Marvel in 2019.
Yeah.
If you said DC 2019, I would be fully on board.
Yeah.
Everyone write it down. Momo thinks strapping grenades to rats is fun. That might be some variation of that might be the episode title already.
Not clickbait.
Not clickbait, just extremely fun rat grenades or something like that. That might be the episode
It
title.
screams Doom Patrol villain, but it's a Marvel thing, which is
It
throwing
does
me off.
scream Doom Patrol villain. I will give you that. And I am admittedly a big Doom Patrol fan. So, anyway, are you guys ready to vote?
Yes.
I'm gonna vote, yeah.
All right, cool. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Haley says no. Momo says no. Dan says yes. So we're getting a good split. Sometimes everybody aligns and the scores stay stable, but that is not the case in this episode. And only one of you is correct because
wow.
Rat Bomber is real, does exist. I'm going to go ahead and read off the fun fact to Rat Bomber since I think it adds maybe not context, but more information. Rat Bomber is actually just one member of an entire team that Dracula assembled in this comic.
Interesting.
They were officially called the Legion of the Unliving, but for all intents and purposes, just Vampire Avengers. This arc was literally the Avengers versus the Vampire Avengers. It was not good. I hate this series. If you're expecting it to be good, it's not. This was a very bad Avengers run.
Hey, but we can all agree if DC had this villain/hero, it would have been a little bit more fun.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
Yeah.
not appreciating all this trash talk around my who I just thought of
He also-
just now, that I'm very fond of.
Yeah, he's something. He also looks like a Warhammer character for reasons I do not know. Like, I don't know why his
I see
armor
it.
is that
I
bulky,
see it.
but I don't know. This was just a very weird series. But hey, if it wasn't a weird series, we would not get to have this game show.
Okay.
Let me find on my document. There's the next one. All right. And on that note, let's move on to that next one, which is, if my slideshow will advance, Love Glove. One fateful night, Robert Carmichael had a strange dream of a mysterious tree with gloves instead of leaves. He awoke to find that his arms were just gone. Second armless character in this episode, if that helps anybody at all. And in the place of his right hand was a mysterious floating glove. He can control this glove with his mind and stretch it beyond normal arm lengths, but his real power comes from his left hand, or lack thereof. Robert can revisit the glove tree and temporarily take gloves off of it, which replace his left hand and give him different powers every time. What are you guys thinking about Love Glove? Haley, you do now have first say on hints.
I'd like the fun fact, like the little extra blurb.
All right, fun fact. You two can override this, or if one of you agrees, then that locks it in.
I'm just so passionate about Love Glove. I've got to hear this fun fact.
You've been passionate about all of them, and I love
that
that
fun
energy.
fact.
Enthusiastic guy, you know what?
All right,
I'm
fun
such a
fact.
big fan.
This is one of the shortest fun facts on this episode, I think.
Oh man.
Part of his evil plan was a failed attempt at becoming president.
Fantastic.
God, I fucking
Isn't that
love
how
this
they all-
character so much now.
I'm so curious how that attempt went. Like how that went down.
Can that?
You got the fun fact. That's all the information I'm giving you. You guys ready to vote?
Okay.
Oh.
Sure.
Damn.
If you want to debate more, stop me. We got time right now.
I need to think more about this. I almost wanted to ask what the character is published in because I do kind of want to read their comic now. But
Okay. If it's real, I'll tell you after.
yeah. I just don't think Matt would come up with something like this.
Trying to use that DnDorks.
I'm trying
logic.
to use my DnDorks logic.
It's
Because this
tough.
is just a little bit too close to something he's already made, which is a character called Dramaticus.
Ah. It is kind of close to Dramaticus. I will say, whether I picked it or made it, I actually didn't realize that until just now, which is very funny. If you don't know what that is, watch our D&D show. It's very good.
I need everyone else to guess first because I don't know.
Wait, no, you all guess at the same
Oh,
time.
yeah, you're
Momo.
right.
That's not how this game works. In that case, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Momo says yes. Haley says yes. Dan says no. And Love Glove is once again real.
Wow, I'm very happy
again,
about
real
this.
guy.
No way.
Momo, here's the funny thing. This is the Doom Patrol character.
Yes!
You mentioned it last
Yes.
question, and I almost laughed because this is the Doom Patrol villain. Doom Patrol, I love the Doom Patrol so much, and they are such a good wealth of stupid nonsense for this show. There's been a Doom Patrol character on both episodes that have done DC, and I think that will continue because they're just so good.
So good
Well,
and so dumb.
good is a thing, but you know. So we currently have tight scores still, which is kind of how the show goes, especially in the early stages. But we have Haley and Dan both tied at 2. Momo slightly ahead by 1 at 3. Where did I put there? Hold on. I really need to start ordering my write-up list in the same order as the questions, but because I'm stupid, I haven't done that yet. So I have now found the next character, and if everybody's ready to move on, we shall go to the Pelagic Protector. First off, pelagic is a term that means relating to the open ocean, if anyone doesn't know that. That is important to this one, since the Pelagic Protector is a super-powered dolphin. His origins are unknown. He just kind of shows up to water-based crimes, saves people, and then leaves without a trace. His powers are stated to come from him unlocking his ancient genes, whatever that means, and are pretty impressive as he's strong enough to lift a cruise ship. He does wear a costume, somehow, and when someone did manage to communicate with him, he, for some reason, seemed very concerned about protecting his secret identity, which, just to be clear, is a dolphin.
God, I hope
The
this is real.
Pelagic Protector.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
I
my
hate
God.
dolphins so much.
Oh no!
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, dolphins are insane, but you know.
Yeah. But I also mentioned that I'm scared of the water, so I feel
Yeah.
like that
Mm.
hand in hand.
That is usually where dolphins are.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, good luck being saved if ever you're in trouble in the water.
Yeah,
Pelagic Protector won't come to your rescue. Huh.
Yeah,
Well, that's
Yeah.
if he's real.
that is if he's real.
if he's real. If he's real. Where are the hints? Haley and Dan,
Okay.
you two have hint priority.
Okay. Hint-wise, I mean, I love the fun facts as they've come. So,
Mhm.
so my vote would be for a fun fact.
I'm gonna tell you that either way, this one's not the best, but it is a fun fact.
Oh no!
It's the best kind.
Means. Yeah, I'll go for the fun fact.
All right, fun fact. He does have a name. He's not just a nameless dolphin. His name is Finn. Of course, it is. That's all I've got. His name is Finn. His secret identity that he wants to protect.
Amazing. You know, this has given me a lot to think about. I think
Good,
I'm gonna
good.
hop off the call, step away a bit. Guys.
I don't blame you.
Intermittent.
I feel like we're gonna get to that at some point on this show.
Okay, I'm ready as I'll ever be.
All right, cool. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, Haley and Dan both saying no. Momo says yes. So if Haley and Dan are right, then this is tied up 3-3-3, which will be interesting. And the score is now tied up 3-3-3. Here's the thing about this one. Are any of you guys familiar with Pokemon? This is a Pokemon.
Oh, you're right.
This is the new Pokemon. My favorite Pokemon, Palafin, from Scarlet and Violet. Even the name Pelagic Protector comes right from Pokemon. I don't do that usually, but this is Palafin.
There.
Even the fun fact, his name being Finn is because it's Finnison, and then it evolves into Palafin. Yeah,
I'm glad that it is.
Pokemon. I was wondering if anyone would catch that.
Shape or form.
Very nice. Yeah, exactly.
It does, and he's great. It does, and he's great. All right, so the score is tied up 3-3-3. We have had a three-way tie on this show before, which is
really
shocking. And it wasn't people like everyone guessing the same thing every time. People were guessing differently. It just coincidentally ended up at a three-way tie. So maybe we'll do that again, but we've got a lot more questions to get through before then. And the next one, a little bit of a different one than the ones we've done in the past, but still counting by all the rules of the game. That is the Cosmicron. You know what's better than a library? One really, really, really big book. The Cosmicron is a moon-sized book floating in space, written by an elder god that contains secrets of the universe and powerful magic spells within its massive pages. This would likely be hard enough for someone to read anyway, but the Cosmicron is actually sentient, which is what gets it on this show, and does not like people reading the secrets it contains. It can communicate through moving letters around on itself, and it has several defense mechanisms, such as summoning large origami monsters, and weirder stuff like just squirting ink at people like an octopus.
Incredible.
Wow.
Everyone's tied, so no hint priority.
I
The Cosmicron.
kind of want background on publication. Like, I want to know who published this.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
All right, cool. That locks it down.
Does
then.
that mean who published the Cosmicron, or?
Okay, it was an elder god, I guess. I'm not telling you any more than that. But the book that this book was in is Doctor Strange in 1987.
Ugh.
Okay.
Doctor Strange. All Doctor Strange
One of my
villains are out of
favorite
pocket.
boys.
It's impossible to tell. Oh man.
Someone in chat said this is the Darkhold but antisocial, which I do like that. I do like that.
That's pretty good.
That's great. Oh.
Any debate on Cosmicron, or are you guys ready to go?
It sounds very good. It has the same vibes as Ragnarok, though. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what to believe anymore. You've
That's the idea. That's the idea, Dan.
Doctor
I
Strange.
didn't know what I was getting into. Oh. Okay, yeah, I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, Haley says real, Momo and Dan both say fake, so the score is not going to be tied anymore. But we'll see if Haley pulls ahead or falls behind, I guess, actually. And I'm very sorry, Haley.
Dang.
Not real. Not real.
Oh well.
I'm a big Doctor Strange guy, so I decided to do some sort of Doctor Strange-esque BS. And
Was it good?
one of my weirder ones for sure, but you know what? Hey, I got somebody with it, so I'm counting that as a win. The score is now still very tight. 3-4-4, just a 1-point difference. Everyone ready to move on?
Sure, that's good though. That sounds like a very 80 Doctor Strange villain.
Agreed.
I did actually almost scratch Cosmicron from the list because I had to rewrite it. The original draft, this sounds so arrogant, but the original draft was too cool. I had to make it sound dumber. So I added like the squirting ink like a squid thing because I was like, when I wrote it originally, I was like, no, I could actually see this being a kind of fun book. So I did change it.
That would be a great D&D monster, god, anything.
It would, right? I'm sure there's some sort of giant book monster in some homebrew somewhere. Anyway, one of the shorter descriptions for the next one, that being Dog Welder. Dog Welder's an insane vigilante who welds dead dogs to people's faces. That's really all I have to say about him. Whether he is a very, very low point in real comics history or something I slapped together because I was running out of time to write questions, you decide. And that is all I have to say.
I mean, I hope it's not, just for all our sakes. Because-
I also do. Regardless of the answer, I hope it is fake.
Yeah. Oh, jeez, I don't know.
Mm,
You get a hint if you want more information.
it's up to you, Haley.
I would like more information, but I don't know where.
Like you also want more information, but you really don't at the same time.
Yes. It's kind of like,
I don't know
Yeah.
any more about Dog Welder. I'm good on what I currently know.
right, because in a sense, I know for a fact that like the decade's not going to help anybody, so I don't want to ask about that.
Mhm.
But like,
It's decade and series. That is one hint for the record. It's like publication info. It's not just.
oh, okay, I see.
Yeah,
I
those
feel
are
like-
those are like a 2-part hint.
If it is real, there's no way this is Marvel, right? Like, I don't know.
Marvel's had some weird imprints in the past, man.
Yeah. Wow. This is tough. This is really tough.
If you guys, I mean, if you don't want more information, you don't have to. If you want to
Yeah.
skip it and go to guessing,
I would not like any more information, please.
Cool. In that
Yeah.
case, everyone get ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
There we go.
Okay. Haley says no. Momo and Dan both say yes. So same as last time. Is Haley gonna equalize things, or are we gonna make everybody in the chat sad? I'm so sorry, everyone, for the fact that this is not something I'm in on.
No, it's not real. I'm just gonna gaslight myself. I don't even
Yeah.
care about the answer.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
be happier.
Yeah.
Not thinking about Dog Welder being a real thing. It is not Marvel.
Yeah.
To Dan's point, it is very much DC. The comic that he debuted in is literally just called Hitman. So I was like, if someone picks that hint, I'm gonna just say Hitman, and they're immediately gonna think that I just slapped this together because it sounds so poorly constructed. But yeah,
Can I say something, Matt?
I'm just gonna.
There you go.
When
The
you
fact that you asked if you could
Yeah.
say something really worries me.
when you read the name, I was just like, this is one of the few DC characters I know for a fact is real. And
Yeah,
when Dan was just like, this can't be Marvel, I was just like, I am shamed to know that it is DC.
Yeah.
I hate to say this, but you raise a very good point, Momo. I did debate taking Dog Welder off the list as well because he is actually one of the most known characters we've ever had in the show.
Yeah.
Not because he was popular or appeared a lot, but because he's so absolutely fucking
Yeah.
awful that
Yeah.
it kind of becomes like a thing to talk about him on the internet, you know? So like people know him from that.
Yeah.
Which let's just move on to the next question, shall we? We're gonna go ahead and do that. This is one. Sometimes I do this. I don't reveal the name until like halfway through for comedic value, and this is gonna be one of those. So let me get started. Stiltman is a weird enough supervillain that I could probably have put him into this game on his own, but no, he is real. His main weapon is an armored suit with extendable legs that can lift him several stories into the air. But like I said, he is not the character in question. That would be his successor, Lady Stiltman. A seemingly unrelated woman who somehow got a hold of the original Stiltman's tech and tried, mostly unsuccessfully, to go on her own crime spree. Haley, you have hint priority. What do you think about Lady Stiltman?
May I just say, are the creators unfamiliar with the term woman?
You know,
I mean-
that's
But I feel like that's just perfect enough to be true. So,
This feels so ridiculously real. Oh, I don't.
Yeah, especially because like going in and getting like some unrelated person becoming that that persona is so reused in comics. Like I immediately was thinking of like the Lady Nightwing that came in and took over Nightwing when Dick Grayson decided to go to Rick. So I'm like, that's not unlikely.
Yes,
using good comics logic here.
Yeah.
I like to see it.
but did Matt also use
You
that
guys do
same
get a hint
logic?
if you would like. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where
That's the
like,
thing is I also know these tricks.
oh man.
Haley, if you do want to vote for a hint first.
I'd like a fun fact.
Fun fact. You two want to confirm that or
Yeah, I'll
combine
take a
to
fun
switch?
fact.
All right. Lady Stiltman actually became a hero very briefly. And when I say briefly, I mean she joined a hero team for one issue and then immediately left to be a villain again.
Great.
I love women's wrongs, so
Me too. Dang.
Okay, yeah, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, everybody says real, so no change in score either way. But you all get to feel good about yourselves because Lady Stiltman does exist. I chose a very good picture of Lady Stiltman.
so
There
funny.
are other ones, but I thought this one was funny. I also like that that's Miles Morales that she's talking to in this picture, and she just calls him Insect Boy,
That's
which I
so
found very
funny.
funny. Yeah, Lady Stiltman does exist. I am happy to announce that she did, after a lot of confusion, change her supervillain code name to just Stiltman.
Okay.
No, she just kept the original. Not Stiltwoman. She just took the lady off of it. And you know what? More power to her, I guess. Everyone gets a point. Good job, everybody. Okay. Also, to answer the question in chat, no, this is not the original Stiltman's wife. She was also a character, but this is not her. They could have done that, but they didn't do that because comics are good and always make sense. Okay, moving on to the next one. One of my favorites on the list. I feel comfortable saying that, whether I made it or found it. Bill Cobb. Most Canon Quest questions have been about superheroes or supervillains. Bill Cobb is a fry cook from Oklahoma, but his story is no less interesting. Bill's comic arc began when he went out for a midnight stroll and, by pure coincidence, ended up having a meet cute with an Asgardian goddess.
Oh.
Their romance went surprisingly well, and they ended up moving in together with the rest of the Asgardians. Bill became popular among them, but met a tragic yet noble end when he, as, again, a totally normal human with no powers, sacrificed himself fighting off Loki's warriors.
You gotta respect the passion
Yeah.
of Bill Cobb.
Bill Cobb, the fry cook, who fought the armies of Loki for his goddess wife.
I'd do the same thing. Respectable.
My first thought is that this could possibly be a piss take on SpongeBob.
I get that.
And if so, that's very funny. But if not, that's also very funny. So this helps me not at all.
Bill Cobb sounds like a politician from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Haley, you do get to pick hint first if you would like.
I'd like a fun fact.
Fun fact. That's usually the safe choice,
Yeah.
but I throw in the others if anyone wants some really specific info. Do you guys want to confirm that or pick something
The
else?
fun fact.
A fun fact.
All right, fun fact. His sacrifice was not in vain. He did actually hold the warriors off, even killing one of them before his eventual death.
Let's go, Bill Cobb.
Yeah, Bill. Good on you.
Hell yeah, Bill Cobb. You guys ready to vote?
Disney Plus series coming out.
Yeah, and Bill Cobb we trust.
In Bill Cobb we trust, but do you trust me? 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, hold. Okay, Haley says no. Haley does not have trust in me, apparently. Momo and Dan both do. And Haley, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Bill
Man.
Cobb is 100% real.
Dang.
Yes.
Bill Cobb is 100% real and was also canonically honored in Valhalla among the other Asgardian warriors after his death. So, like, he was a cool dude. Cool dude,
Yeah.
Bill Cobb.
He just
Good
had
for
good
him.
vibes.
Yeah.
Good vibes off
These
Bill
vibes
Cobb.
are too good for me. I don't trust men.
I found him entirely by accident because I was going to try to find an Asgardian, like a weird Asgardian to put in this episode. And I clicked on the article on the Marvel Wiki for his wife. And I was reading through it and I was like, who the hell is Bill? And so then I clicked to his page and I found him. I was like, oh, I don't care about his wife anymore. He's going in the show.
You know, Thor,
So, yeah, that's-
Loki, Bill, classic Asgardians.
If he is meant to be a SpongeBob bit, I do not know. But maybe. It's certainly possible. Let's see. Who is the next one? Ah, yes. One of the less interesting names, but one of the more interesting stories, dare I say, if I can find it on my dang list. There we go. All right, the next character on Canon Clash is Clawbone. It's a well-established thing in the world of the X-Men that metal blocks psychic powers. This is why Magneto wears a helmet, for example. Apparently, this works even beyond death, as shown by this alternate version of Wolverine. Long in the future, after Logan's death, a necromancer animated the corpses of several early X-Men to attack her era's team. Wolverine, however, has a metal skeleton. While he was brought back by magic, the control from the necromancer could not penetrate the metal to his brain, so he couldn't be controlled, and he joined the hero side as basically just a metal skeleton with Wolverine claws.
Then why
You know
wouldn't he
what?
go
You
by
know-
Wolverine?
I think I
Heck if I know.
figured a little something out. This is too good to be true.
Too good to be true?
Is that the ones that you've come up with are better than the fake ones?
Yeah.
So that's the
A strong compliment, if true.
that's the intuition I'm going with.
Okay, chat's saying fake. I'm looking at chat. I'm just curious. They're saying cool but fake. So we'll see. Haley, you do get to pick a hint if you would like. You want to pick visuals? You wanted me to describe the metal skeleton again?
I'd like to. Oh no, never mind. I don't have any like hint that I necessarily want. So if you guys want one, I'll back you guys.
I kind of want the publication information.
Sure, yeah, I'll go.
Publication information. All right. If both of you agree on that, this was from X-Men 2099. 2099 character in here in 2012.
Same Miguel 2099, right? The Spider-Man 2099.
Yes, and I will say there are a lot of other characters in the 2099 universe beyond just him. That's a true thing. It is not just Spider-Man 2099. There's plenty of others. Whether this one is among them, who knows? But if you guys are ready, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, everybody says fake. This will be very funny. Yeah, fake.
Fucking,
Yeah.
fucking
you
do
go.
Dan's so
it.
nice to me.
Mate,
Dan's so nice to me.
we've got to contact Marvel because these are better than the actual ones we found.
Hey, man, it's hard coming up with a bunch of different ones that are all equally stupid every week. I started the concept for the show. I was like, yeah, this is going to be fun. And I didn't process the fact that I was going to have to make up like 9 to 11
Yeah.
stupid plots every time. So they can't, well, I was going to say they can't all be good. I guess some of them can be good, and that's the problem. I need to like drink something before I start doing this.
Maybe you
I
could
can
get like
get onto some weirder concepts.
a suggestion box.
Yeah, I should.
I think the thing
But-
is with what you write is that they are very good and interesting, but
Mhm.
like the ones that are real are like slightly watered down versions of the things that you make. So you have to make a very high, I don't know what the word is, like high fantasy version, and then water it down, and then it's gonna be like, yeah, I don't know if that's real or not.
Okay, fair enough. I will take that into account for future episodes, but we've still got several more to go on this episode. Let's see if I'm too good at writing stupid things.
Too good at
again.
it.
This is another one that I'm going to go ahead and reveal the name at the end. Mary Pemberton is an orphan adopted by the Pemberton family at a young age as a playmate for their son. That son, Sylvester, turned out to be a superhero, and Mary wanted to assist him as best she could. Not having any powers of her own, Mary then put on a costume and amassed as many superhero-y gadgets as she could get her hands on, and since Mary's only power was basically just having 1,000 different stupid gimmicks, she named herself Mary, Girl of 1,000 Gimmicks.
Fantastic.
Wow.
D-
This has to be real. This has to be.
Surely.
It's
Surely.
bad. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm so complimented and also insulted by you guys like voting on these based on them just being like good or bad, real or fake. Because on the one hand, I guess I'm good at writing stuff. On the other hand, you're screwing up my show.
It's just that the part that makes me be like, this has to be real, is that who the fuck thinks it's a good idea to adopt a child specifically to be your son's playmate?
Yeah.
solid point. Yeah.
Solid point.
Good.
Anyone want a hint?
Gimmicks. maybe like a visual description?
Yeah,
A visual description.
Yeah.
Okay, the first visual description. Mary, Girl of a Thousand Gimmicks, has a very sort of basic red, white, and blue suit. Very American, very patriotic. She's got tiny, like, black domino mask, big white boots, and then a utility belt that is far too small to hold 1,000 gimmicks, I would say, based on, just vibes.
Mhm.
If that helps anybody at all.
It does not, but thank you anyway.
All right, if everybody's ready.
Sure.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. Everybody says Mary is real. I'm going to have to make this whole show just harder in the future for everybody else, because Mary is entirely real. I know Haley's probably going to like this fun fact. Despite being an older character, she's from the 40s, Mary has actually appeared fairly recently as part of a team called Old Justice.
That's so
Not
funny.
Young Justice, Old Justice, which is a superhero team of former child heroes.
I actually knew that one. That one was because I saw her on Twitter once, so I actually knew her.
Oh.
That's why I was just like, yeah.
Very nice.
The spelling of Mary
All right,
was like,
well-
oh, is this like a Mary Sue type joke?
Okay.
Mm.
Well, it was in the 40s, so
Mm.
definitely. Let me boost everybody's score up. This is going to be the highest scoring round of Canon Clash so far, I think, unless you guys really start messing up here. But we have many more questions to go, and hopefully stupid things. Apparently, I'm just going to keep saying that I'm too good at writing these every time, because once again, I'm complimented and insulted. Anyway, moving on to the next one. We have one that you might want to look at the stream for the spelling of if you're not already. I'm going to take a stab at it and say Zraven. The genetically modified being known as Zraven is a lot. He was created by Mr. Sinister, one of my favorite villains, to hunt down and collect genetic samples from mutants, which is pretty standard. But here's the kicker. He is a genetic combination of, you ready for this list? Cyclops, Angel, Beast, Iceman, Jean Grey, Kraven the Hunter, and Carnage. He has all of their powers, and he uses them to fight the X-Men and Spider-Man. A lot to unpack here, but what are you guys thinking about
I feel like this
Zraven?
is something that came about in the 90s, if it is real. Yeah, just when they were just mashing things together.
Man.
I don't know, man.
Like when I saw the name, I'm just like, okay, X-Raven. This is probably like an X-Men's Raven sidekick. That makes sense. And then you said
Yeah.
it was Raven and then listed what it actually was, and I was like, well, never mind.
Yeah, if you would like that list again, I do have it in my write-up. Cyclops, Angel, Beast, Iceman, Jean Grey, Kraven the Hunter, and Carnage.
Okay.
There's just so much to unpack here.
Yep, there's a lot. Haley, do you think you can gain any information from a hint? Add more, maybe help unpack. Who knows?
Yeah.
This feels like when you're like a little kid and you're like drawing a comics character and you're like, yeah, it's this guy and this guy and this guy.
Yeah,
So-
it's got that vibe.
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know what to do with that information, but still.
You're not wrong.
I feel like I want the decade and the publication.
The decade and the publication.
Mhm.
You guys agree on that? I heard
Sure.
Momo say yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was in a comic literally just called X-Men and Spider-Man.
Mhm.
And I know everyone was saying 90s. 2009.
That's so recent to be so stupid.
There you go. Yeah.
Is that is Marvel just bad, or is that a little possible hint that I threw in there? Now you guys are gonna have to decide. Is everybody ready to vote on Zraven?
Sure, man.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Once again, everybody says yes. This game is too easy. This game of
It's
this
so
episode of Canon Clash
bad.
is too easy.
Oh, man.
I need to make worse characters is what I'm learning. But yeah, Zraven is real. He looks like he doesn't look like a combination of the people that he is a combination of. I
Right.
will say that, like, at all. But yeah, he is all of the original X-Men and Kraven and Carnage. And the fun fact is that he actually ended up betraying Mr. Sinister because for some reason he has the memories of Kraven. Like, he was left with Kraven's memories, and Kraven didn't want to work for another supervillain. And so he betrayed him. Another fun fact, more for the chat, this character is like one of the reasons that Nikhil Clayton and I are friends, because we were talking about a collab thing and we got on this huge rabbit hole talking about this idiot. So I don't know if Nikhil is watching this episode or will watch it later, but when he sees that I put Zraven in here, he's going to laugh very, 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 very hard.
That's great.
All right, let's go on to the next one if everybody's ready.
Yes, please.
The next one is a different format of name, nothing like Zraven necessarily. This one is Ginger Beer. An ethically fraught character, if I've ever heard of one. Ginger Beer is a small-time supervillain whose only power is that she can essentially get people drunk just by being around them. She often uses this power to rob people while their senses are dulled, but then quickly learned that she could make more money just by being hired to come to parties so that people could save on alcohol. And that is what she did for most of her time since, presumably.
Amazing.
What are you guys thinking about this one?
I'm thinking I want to get a number for my next party. I don't know. I feel like if this is real, this is like an early days Marvel thing, you know? Like
an early days Marvel thing? Okay.
Yeah.
I would
They were
argue
just-
it's more recent, like 2015.
Okay. Okay.
I want to say recent, okay.
Well,
Well, you can get that number if you would like.
yeah. Could
Haley,
we
it's
do?
up to you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Haley gets priority. All right, you guys want to hear this? This small-time criminal was in a Punisher series, so who knows what her ultimate fate was in 1978.
Wow.
Good reference. Oh man, I don't know.
Good, they're getting harder again.
This one's really hard.
Yeah.
I need you guys to answer differently. Please, for the love of God, if you all say the same thing.
We're not in the same room, so it's not like we know.
No, you're not, but you're still... We'll figure it out.
Like,
We've got a
I...
secret
All right.
private chat where we're coordinating our answers.
Yeah, my gut is saying no, this isn't real, because this sounds very fun.
Hmm.
Like, I would, if you said it was in like the Jeff the Land Shark comic, I'd be like, yeah, I get that. That feels true and real. And also the way I feel like if it was real, they would have used it to sell ginger beer. Like Schweppes or Canada Dry would have sponsored the comic.
For a bad guy?
I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever your logic is everybody ready to vote?
Sure.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, we do have a split.
Okay.
We do have a split. So, once again, it's Haley saying something different. So, is Haley going to catch up more
No.
or fall behind? Haley.
I'm so bad.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We are good friends, but I'm very sorry. I actually can't be blamed for this one. This one was created by Amy, who is my head moderator on everything. So, good job, Amy. You tricked somebody. This, yeah. I did add some of the I added the Punisher part. So if that threw somebody off, that one's my fault. If that was what clued somebody into it being real or not being real, whatever. You get what I mean. All right, let's see. How many
Anna
questions
just
do we
texted
have
me
left?
and told me I could still win.
Well, let's see. That's a great segue, actually. Let's see how many questions we have left.
Lord.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 questions left, so we're just over halfway. Haley, you could 100% still win. That is still 100% an option. And on that note, let's go on to the next one.
Yes.
If I can find him on my gosh dang sheet. There we go. This next one is Stick Shift. Ghost-based heroes and villains are nothing particularly special in comics, and neither are possession stories. However, Stick Shift does that a bit differently. He is the ghost of a getaway driver killed during a heist, and now spends his afterlife possessing cars.
That's
This
rad
is a
as
pretty
hell.
decent power, actually, and it works even better when given who his primary nemesis group is. His first appearance story is essentially Robin desperately trying to chase down the possessed Batmobile.
Fantastic. Oh man, I thought for sure you were gonna say he was a Ghost Rider villain or something.
Nope. Possessed Batmobile.
Honestly, I think me in another life. So.
I fucking love this one. I love this
Yeah,
name.
Yeah.
Stick Shift is a rad name.
It is a good name.
It is.
It is a good name. Whether I'm complimenting myself or someone else, who knows? But it is a good name. Haley, you do still have hint priority. I'm not sure if you want it anymore, but you do have it.
I'd like the fun fact on this one.
The fun fact.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. He was magically imprisoned after his first attack. You know, his ghost spirit was kind of bound, but he escaped later by possessing a toy car that someone snuck into his chamber, because apparently his power works on those as well.
No.
This is so fun.
Say it ain't so.
It might not be. That's the game.
That's good. That's so good.
All right. Everyone likes this one. So let's see if you think it's real or not. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Oh, wow. This is going to be... It's not a comeback yet.
No, it's not.
There's still faith. There's still faith, but it is not a comeback yet. Stick shift is fake.
Unfortunately.
Haley, I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, this is one that I came up with the name first, and I was like, yeah, that's funny. I want to do a ghost car, and
That's fucking good,
like,
dude.
shift is like a ghosty kind of word. I don't know. I thought it was funny, and everyone seems to like it. So hey, I said this earlier. Marvel, if anyone's listening, hit me up, and I guess now DC, if anyone's listening, hit me up. All right for you two. Ignore. I said this last episode too. Ignore this. Don't pay attention to my background. All right for you. I don't care. I don't care. And then, speaking of DC, this next one is also a DC character, which is not a spoiler because it will be pretty obvious from the description. It is Tolano. Batman is an icon for many people in the DC universe, and apparently that extends beyond just Earth. Tolano is an alien scientist from the planet Zuranar who watched Bruce Wayne through a superpowered telescope and, inspired by his heroics, became not just a superhero, but Batman. But his planet's version of Batman. He has his own bat gadgets, bat suit, etc. Despite his planet not having bats. He just took that theme from Bruce. How do we feel about Tolano?
Oh.
Space Batman.
God, this one's very, very difficult.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Good,
take a
we've
back
needed
seat
that.
on this one because I feel
Yeah.
like I might know the answer, but I also
Okay.
have no idea. So we'll see.
Okay. Haley, do you have a hint that you would like?
The publication.
The publication. You guys want to agree on that or change
Sure,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. This is, unsurprisingly, in a Batman series from 1958.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't know how familiar people are with the eras of Batman, but 1958.
Even-
Everybody ready to vote?
Even if this is fake, I would still like to know the fun fact.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will tell you either the real fun fact or the nonsense that I wrote after you vote. So 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, everybody says real. And Tolano is real. Are you ready for the costume?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's something. It is
Oh my
brightly colored
god.
Batman.
Oh.
I love it. I love it.
It is egregiously brightly colored Batman. The fun fact, which is of course a real thing, Bruce and Tolano have met when Tolano teleported Batman to his planet. And funny enough, on Zuranar, Batman has powers like Superman has powers on Earth.
That's very
Oh.
funny.
So he goes up there and Batman's basically Superman, and then this random dude who ripped Bruce off.
Wait, does
is
he
Batman, and
also
they have a
look
team
like
up.
a Bruce Wayne / Clark Kent?
I have not seen his face. I do not know. I do not know what his face looks like.
Man.
He was in an animated show apparently, but his origin is different,
Yeah,
which I
think
found out just.
he was also in Lego Batman 3, which is where I think I.
Oh, he was in. Oh, is that where? Okay,
There was a
maybe some
Lego
people in
Batman
chat.
3? Wait, where was
There
I?
are so many Lego Batman games. There are so many.
Mhm.
Let me boost up everybody's score. This is such a. Next episode, you guys, Nathan, Momo, you should apologize to Nathan because he's coming on next week's episode, and I'm making it harder. I am making it harder for Nathan. So
Did we get to come
also,
back
I don't
for
know
the
if I announced
All-Star
that. Nathan's
episode?
coming on next episode. Maybe, but it's gonna be even harder then. It's gonna be even harder then. Let's see, who do I have next up on my list? Another DC character, actually, though again, I randomized these, so that does not give you any sort of hints whatsoever. That character would be... 2 slides. Titan Teen. Titantine is a 16-year-old boy with the power to grow to giant size. Pretty straightforward, or he would be if he wasn't actually a villain in disguise. Titantine was a ploy by an evil scientist to infiltrate the Teen Titans. In reality, he was just 2 robots, one of them normal-sized, with no powers, and a large one that would swap places with the first in a flash of light whenever Titantine needed to use his growing abilities. Making things even funnier is the fact that the big one was piloted by a villain, meaning that he was just an adult man piloting a giant robot teen boy.
Fantastic.
We got Teen Titans, and part of the Teen Titans we have Titantine. What hint would you like for Titantine?
Is there one you guys think that you want? Because I can go either which way with this one.
I think I want a random fun fact.
Yeah.
All right, random fun fact it is. After Titantine was defeated, the human-sized one just powered down and shut off and was used as a coat rack in Titan's Tower. And that became a running gag for the rest of the series, is that they just used this robot boy as furniture.
Titantine sounds like a supplement you would take.
Yeah.
I get it.
But
Hate that.
It sounds like they would do that. Use like a robot boy as a coat rack.
That's a very Wally move. Like souvenir.
Yeah, it's 100%. Wally West #1. It's 100% something that man would do.
Oh my god.
All right.
I don't know.
Good. I need them to be harder. Let's see if it was hard enough. Everyone vote in 3, 2, 1. All right. Wow. Okay. All right. This has been an incredible episode of synchronization, and just tragically not in Haley's favor.
No.
Tragically not in Haley's favor. This character entirely came about when I was like, there's the Teen Titans. Did they make a character called Titantine? And I Googled it and they did not, and so I filled that void myself.
It's very good. It's very good, Matt.
Yeah, that's very legit.
I'm so surprised that this name is not used. Like, that's right. It's right there. Like, not even in Teen Titans Go or something? That's a bit that they would have done in Teen Titans Go. But no. Let's see. How many questions are there? There are 4 questions left. So, Haley could catch up. And on that lovely note, let's go on to another very different name from the rest of the list. That being Codename Safeguard. The Marvel Universe is a dangerous one to be in, that's pretty undeniable. However, it's less dangerous for one man, Ethan Cromwell, dubbed by other people Codename Safeguard. Thanks to a wish granted by Loki, Ethan gained the safety he desired, and now cannot be harmed by superpowers, no matter how incredible or mundane. This even applies indirectly. If someone uses super strength to throw a car at him, it'll bounce off. This, of course, makes him a target for villains who want to duplicate his powers, and he was surprisingly easy to kidnap once it was realized what Loki's little twist in the wish was. He's immune to superpowers, not normal things like, say, regular goons throwing a bag over his head and tossing him in the van, which is how he was eventually kidnapped. What are you guys thinking about?
God.
Codename Safeguard.
This one is very, very hard because it's such a brilliant concept.
Like the Avengers can't take him down, but Greg from down the street can.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
God.
Kind of bonk him on the head with a bat or something, and he's out.
Damn, this one's very difficult because it sounds like something.
Okay.
Shit.
Yeah.
What hints are you wanting, if anything?
I mean, a fun fact is always appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact is usually the safe. You want that? All right. Loki actually tried to undo the wish later, but couldn't because his magic counts as a superpower.
Oh.
So he's just stuck with it because it cannot be undone by the magic that created it.
Oh, man.
Man.
Everybody ready to vote?
Sure,
No.
yeah.
Oh, I'm not ready.
No?
I'm not ready.
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
Okay, fine. I'll go for it.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Is it going to be the same pattern? It's changed. It's changed. Thank the gods. All right. Haley and Dan say no. Momo says yes. And I finally tricked somebody else. Not real. Not real.
That's a
If
good.
that's very
Haley, you got a
good.
point.
That's a
Yeah.
very good map.
Thank you. I'm glad that I finally tricked you.
Like
You two have been on a.
that's like
And
very
there's
monkey
another
roll.
hero with similar powers, right? That I can't remember the name of, and that's why it didn't feel real to me.
Wait, there's who?
It's like another can't remember the name of this character, but there's another character with similar powers.
There's a guy that can disable powers named Leech. I don't know if that's what you're thinking. There might be a character like this. I try my best to research the fakes before I make them, but I'm not perfect, so we will see. The good news is the score is not tied up anymore.
Not tied up.
The score is now Haley at 9, Momo at 14, and Dan with, I think, a record on the show at 15. 15 points. Going into the final 3 questions. Final 3 questions. Let's see who's going to take the championship with the next character on the list, that being 8-Ball. Gimmick villains are a classic comic staple, but some gimmicks work better than others. One of these stranger choices is 8-Ball, a villain who I have to respect for committing to the bit at the very least. 8-Ball is a scientist who got into horrible debt after losing a bunch of pool games and decided to make that his entire personality. He wields 8-ball-shaped grenades, a pool cue that can amplify the force of his strikes, and weirdest of all, a giant floating 8-ball that he rides around on.
Incredible. I'd say you can't make this stuff up, but that's exactly what's being done. So
I mean, either way, someone did,
Yeah,
I guess.
right.
I'm amazed that I've been able to make a viable show concept out of, did I make this up or did someone else make this up? But people keep watching.
Oh, man.
Can we? I would really like to request publication information.
That's what I
Yeah,
was
sure.
thinking.
Yeah.
Publication. Okay. This was in a lesser known series called Sleepwalker in 1991. Now, chat, I'm going to go ahead and say this. Chat will know that Sleepwalker, my favorite obscure superhero of all time. So, did I pull a real obscure Sleepwalker character, or did I make one up in case someone picked that hint and wanted to throw people off the trail?
I've seen your video on Sleepwalker.
I love Sleepwalker.
Mm.
Is that Marvel
So-
or DC?
Yes, he's a Marvel
Okay.
character. I'll make another video on him if people want, because I feel like I'm the only person that talks about him, and that's like my sacred duty now. Sleepwalker is real. 8-Ball may or may not be. Are you guys ready to vote?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go. Is the synchronization going to come
I
back?
don't know.
Everybody says real, so once again, the score is not changing. Real. 8-Ball's real.
Okay.
8-Ball is real. I picked a good picture for him that showcases all of his gadgets. And also, yes, his costume is basically just a black bodysuit with a 8-Ball for a face.
I was thinking like this one feels really weak.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, he is real, so I can't be blamed for that one.
Nope. Nope.
I actually, one of the reasons I put him on this list is because I recorded a video on him like 2 days ago, and I was like, I kind of want to put this guy in Canon Clash. So I just delayed the video, and the video's going to come out tomorrow. So blame TikTok publication schedules for this one. Let's see.
Amazing.
Final 2 questions.
Okay.
All right. This one is a complicated one to explain. Whether that means it's real or fake from me and poorly written, that is the question, because this one is simply named The Antagonist. Gwenpool is a character who has been rising in popularity lately. For those who don't know her, her whole deal is that she is a person from the quote-unquote real world who got sort of sucked into the Marvel Universe and can now manipulate reality by messing with the comics nature of the world around her.
Okay.
The Antagonist is the opposite of this. He is a villain from a comic book inside the Marvel Universe who escaped into the real world of the Marvel Universe and now wreaks havoc using his like comic book logic and plot armor as a superpower. So if the Marvel Universe is here, Gwenpool came from our world, the Antagonist came up from a world inside that one, and now they fight. Complicated, but good for this game.
My brain hurts.
Yeah.
What
It-
hints are you wanting?
It feels like it should exist. That's the thing.
Right. Yeah.
Like
Right.
it's that makes sense that it would exist, and which makes me think it's not real, because
Right.
Marvel loves
Because I'm
to
too good at the game.
forget.
Yes, you've made this clear.
Yeah.
Marvel also loves to forget.
Loves to forget and leave massive plot holes that could easily be
Right.
fixed by something like this.
Hmm.
They do that frequently. You guys want a hint for this one, or are you ready to go ahead?
I think I'm ready to go.
I would like to guess.
You're ready to go?
Sure.
Yeah, I can.
All right, you're ready to go. All right, cool. We'll see if this one was then too easy or too hard. Vote in 3, 2, 1.
Man,
Okay, the synchronization is back. Haley, I'm just truly,
it's okay.
terribly sorry.
Don't say sorry.
Truly, terribly sorry.
I'm gonna blame it.
This is-
texting that you can do it, and now it's stressing me out.
Oh, wait, other people are watching. Oh, wait, no, you said Anna was watching this.
Yeah.
Well, I believe in you. I believe in you. There is one question left. We'll see if you can get it.
Okay.
It is, I saved one of the wildest ones for last.
Okay.
Whether that means it's real or whether it's fake, it is one of the wilder ones on the list. Dan, you have almost a perfect score. Let's see if you can get to this would be, if you get this one, that's like what, a 90%. A 90% on this one, which is great for you and going to be horrible for anyone else who comes on this show later. But the final question of episode 4 of Canon Clash, the one that was too easy, is cancer. I always try to make these write-ups clever and build to some sort of grand reveal, but I think this one is better suited to just dropping it on you at the start. Cancer is, in the most literal sense that I can possibly mean, cancer from Superman that turned into a monster. General Zod used kryptonite, he gave Superman cancer, extracted the cells, and they grew into a big cancer monster. And, because he's made of Superman cells, he also has all of Superman's powers. Was DC stupid enough to make this a real storyline, or am I slandering them? What hint do you want to know about cancer with a K?
Give me
If
the
anyone's not
fucking
watching
fun
the
fact,
chat.
bro.
The fun fact?
Give me the fun fact.
I can get behind the fun fact.
Everyone agreeing with that?
Mhm.
The monster viewed Superman as its father and was very angry that his father had rejected him.
That's
I
not
posed
funny.
the same question.
Not
Was
funny.
DC stupid enough to do this, or am I slandering DC?
What?
Oh,
Which is something I've done before.
This is a different question, and I don't know if you're allowed to answer, but what color kryptonite gives Superman cancer?
Whether or not it is real or something I made up, I do not know immediately.
Okay, because that's pretty...
I have not read all the comics these characters are from, or, you know,
Yeah.
it's... Anyway, you guys ready to vote on this one?
Why not?
3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, absolutely real.
Yeah.
Absolutely real. I guess green kryptonite, since it's a green monster, I'm not horrible enough to make this one up. I knew that one was too easy, but I had to put it in the show
Yeah.
because...
Mhm.
Why'd they do
I
that?
don't know. I don't know. And I'm just like, the fact that it is real is the slander. That's the thing.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh.
This, yeah.
But it's with a K,
Anyway.
so it's okay.
I can see James Gunn bringing that out just out of nowhere one day.
Oh.
True. If anyone would do it, it would be
I feel
James
like he
Gunn.
wouldn't do it because the way like the American Cancer Society would be like, this is the most insensitive thing you could
True.
possibly do.
Also true. Also true. Yeah, I have not read the comic that this is from. It's just from a Superman comic in 2001.
2000?
I'm not gonna read it. 2001. Yeah, it's not like the 50s or the 60s or anything. 2001.
Man, I need you to answer a question
on that-
really quickly.
Oh,
Did that come
I
out
may or may not know the
before
answer.
or
but-
after 9/11?
I'll Google it. I just write down the year.
that's
DC
what I was
Comics
thinking.
Cancer.
That-
Hold on, I don't know.
That-
He came out in Action Comics 777, which was in
Okay,
May of
okay.
2001. So before,
And, like, That could not have come out after 9/11. The whole like America was so sensitive at that point. You can't,
Man.
you can't give,
yeah,
Oh,
it was
you
May.
can't give Superman cancer after 9/11. You just can't do it.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Man.
Oh boy, if I make that no, I can't make
You
that the
can't
episode
make
title.
that.
I can't make that one. That's the unofficial episode title. The episode title for this one is either going to be the thing Momo said at the beginning or the easiest Canon Clash episode ever, because we do have a new record in this game, which is Dan with 18 out of 20. Momo just behind with 17 out of 20. And Haley with still more than half of them. Still
Yeah.
more than half of them,
So-
11 out of 20. I'm going to make this harder next week. But hey, the past few episodes have all been a bit harder. So you guys are mostly people I knew before. Let's say I was going easy on you because you're all my friends. But I hope everyone had fun, and I hope everyone learned a lot of stupid things, and I hope everyone is able to forget the things that they wish they hadn't learned, of which I think there were several this week on Canon Clash. Yeah. Let's go through the guests one more time, starting from the top again, if you guys want to plug your socials. Haley.
Hello, or I guess goodbye. This is Haley. My ads are Haley Addison if you want to see some cosplays every 6 years. I don't post very often, but I come around occasionally.
I do feel that. I just now started posting again, but who knows how long that'll last. TikTok is weird. But my streams are regular. I'll do my stream announcement in a bit once everyone's talked. Momo, speaking of stream stuff, Momo's on other shows.
Hello, I'm on DnDorks mostly. I don't post on TikTok much anymore. But you can see me on DnDorks. Follow our Patreon if you want to.
Yes, links for that will be going through in the chat. I'll talk about my link tree in a bit too, because there's another announcement with that. But before we get to that, Dan.
I'm Dan, also known as Ragnarok Johnson, and I am on TikTok and I guess also Instagram, but I don't really post there. But come find me on TikTok for all your mythology and otherwise needs. I don't know.
A very relatable set of content creator plugs when literally all four of us were like, yeah, I do this. I don't really post.
Yeah.
If you guys think that's how all content creators are, I'm going to give you a peek behind the scenes. That is how we all are consistently. But yeah. I do things on Twitch. So let me talk about that really quick. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I do a bunch of things on here. On Mondays and Wednesdays, I do random stuff. Usually on Mondays, I talk about lore and things, kind of like longer form versions of my TikToks that I post normally. On Wednesdays, I usually play video games. Right now, I'm playing through Midnight Suns. On Fridays is DnDorks, the Dungeons & Dragons show that Momo is featured on. Again, links for that will be going through the chat if you would like to see stuff. And then on Saturdays, we have Canon Clash. Now, once again, if this is your first episode of Canon Clash, there is a YouTube channel now. I'm sorry it took me so long to get that set up. There were some issues with audio editing, but the previous 3 episodes of Canon Clash are up on that YouTube. I, once again, forgot to put a link in the Twitch, but maybe someone can grab that for me. It's also in my link tree in my bio on TikTok if you would like to go there. Episodes of Canon Clash after the live will be uploaded Monday. So if you came into this one late and would like to see the beginning, it's going off the Twitch VOD tonight, but then it will be uploaded on that YouTube channel on Monday, so you can watch it there. Otherwise, I believe that is all the announcements I have. So one more time, thank you so much to all of our guests appearing on the show. As I said, next week we will have another episode. I revealed it already, so Nathan's going to be on that one. The other guests I will keep as a secret, but come back next week for Nathan. Thank you to all the guests. I do hope you enjoyed. And we will see you all later.
Yay.
Bye.